Welcome back. The Premier League is returning this weekend, and this is what we've got to look forward to. It starts off at Anfield as a Liverpool take on Watford. Liverpool can go top of the table ahead of Manchester City travelling to Turf Moor in a 3 o'clock kickoff. That is one of 5 matches kicking off mid-afternoon on Saturday before Manchester United take on Leicester City in the late game, Saturday UK time. Sunday, 2 matches to look forward to, including that match between West Ham and Everton, and Tottenham face Newcastle. Then on Monday night, the weekend ends with Crystal Palace taking on Arsenal. Let's hear from both managers, Patrick Vieira and Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, it's good. I think the result has been good. Yes, the performances has been good, but can be better. I think it's important for us is to keep working hard, to keep working well, and to have this kind of desire to improve individually and collectively. And the staff, our responsibility is to keep challenging the players because we want more from them, because they have the potential to do more. I'm not surprised about the way that they are playing, and they've been progressing. I believe that they have a good squad, a good manager, and now I think they have a really clear idea, understanding about how they want to play the game, and they are playing a better football. They play with a lot of confidence, and I think that is a massive difference, is the confidence. And obviously, yes, it's going to be challenging for us, but we are in a really good period as well, and we're looking forward to the game.
Bukayo is feeling good. He's training today, hopefully, if he's still feeling as he was yesterday. And Aaron, it's a doubt. Still feeling not great. He hasn't trained yet, so we don't know what he will be able to do on Monday. We're going to focus on what we can do. That's the only thing we can control through the TV. We can suffer or enjoy, but there is not much that we can do. What we have to do is win the football matches that we need to do to achieve what we want, and that's only in our hands.
Well, that's really good news to hear about Saka, the fact that he's going to be available for this match, because he's been one of Arsenal's key players this season. Wes, how impressed have you been with him?
Yeah, I've got him in my fancy team.
Actually.
He's been on form for me in my team for that. But on the pitch he's been unbelievable. It's great to see a young lad. Especially on the back of the the England's triumphs. I think he's gone from strength to strength, and he's proved to be a key player, shall I say, for Arsenal. And I think he will just get even better. So it's good that he's back for this game, and I'm really looking forward to this one, actually. I think in Palace you've got a team that's improving all the time, getting better and better, and Arteta's just won Manager of the Month, so he's going to be high on confidence, and the team's playing very well as well.
How much have you enjoyed seeing this evolution, this mini evolution at Arsenal, Leanne? Because both Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe, joint top scorers in the side, 2 youngsters that just continue to impress.
Yeah, I think it's finally, for Arsenal fans, you've got to look at Odegaard as well. I think he's been fantastic, and a lot of their younger players. But Bukayo Saka, he's so young and he's so good. Hopefully he can stay, injury-free, because I do think he picks up a number of injuries, but I think that's because of the intensity that he plays at. But he's fantastic, and hopefully they can tie him down to a long-term deal, because someone like him is pivotal in their, how they're doing in the league. But it's almost been a long time coming, hasn't it? Because we've spoken about this transition period that Arsenal have been in for a really long time. But Smith-Rowe, Saka, Tierney when he's fit, fantastic. Odegaard, though, I think he's been magnificent this year. And Lacazette, I think since Aubameyang has left, I think he's stepped up a little bit more, especially when he's got the captain armband. So Arsenal are in a really, really good spot. And I said it earlier, I think they're going to take the 4th spot in the Champions League.
Yeah, are we seeing the fruits of Arsenal's patience with Mikel Arteta in this project that he's been so desperate to make right?
Yeah, definitely. And I think also actually what's ironic about the situation that Vieira is in is it's very similar to what Arteta's been through. And I think Vieira's done a brilliant job also with a young group. There's a lot of similarities in both the clubs where they're trusting young players to play with freedom, to be creative and to deliver and succeed in that. And they're both doing that. And I think they're on exciting journeys. Arsenal are further ahead than Vieira is at Palace. But I think it's very exciting for both fans, because they must look at the projects that are going on. I think there's so much potential in this group, really thriving academies as well. There's a lot to look forward to. And it just shows actually with Arteta, like you said, that you do need to be patient. And it is hard for a lot of fans to see that, especially if, United are going through that right now, especially if you're used to winning things and you do have such a long kind of period out in the cold. But I think you do have to trust that there's going to be some light at the end of the tunnel. And if Arsenal do get back into Europe again, potentially into the Champions League again, that would be huge. How they manage that in Europe with the squad and the investment that it requires is another thing. But there is a lot of exciting things ahead, I think.
Well, Leanne has said that she thinks Arsenal will get that 4th spot. Wes, do you agree with her? And if they do achieve that, how big of an achievement is that? Because I don't think at the start of the season anyone really had Arsenal as a top 4 contender.
Yeah, I think Flo touched on a very good point, which is having patience and giving the youngsters a chance, and it didn't quite go to plan at the beginning, but now you can see it all coming together, and you see the younger players especially thriving, and Arsenal are flying. So obviously the 4th spot is probably up to them to lose. I'd say there's teams behind them chasing, trying to get to that spot, but. Yeah, I think, if they can secure that 4th spot come the end of the season, going into next season with Champions League, things look much, much brighter and look much more positive. And I think the players that are performing well will continue to thrive and look even better.
But this game isn't straightforward for Arsenal because we've seen Crystal Palace cause many an upset this campaign, including that Manchester City one that we touched on a little bit earlier on. Can you see them slipping up?
Yeah, I can actually, because I think the fact that Palace have got these young players, Conor Gallagher, Elise Eze, Wilfried Zaha, who's probably injured, I think he pulled his hamstring away with international duty, but I feel like it's a very good time for Crystal Palace, and I think Patrick Vieira has come in there and taken over from Roy Hodgson, and now they're playing this football. When I watch Crystal Palace now, I can't quite believe what I'm seeing because they're moving around the field, pitch in triangles. They're playing really good football. So I don't think this is a foregone conclusion, and you can't, not talk about the fact that Patrick Vieira again is playing against his former club. It's managing against his former club is fantastic to see. So I think it's going to be a difficult game for us. So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. And at Selhurst Park, it's an absolute fortress there. The fans are unbelievable. The hostility that they have for the teams that are coming there. So I think it's going to be a really good game.
And for Crystal Palace, the rest of this campaign, they're obviously safe in the league and they're through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, which is an incredible achievement. What do you think the rest of this season holds for them and how impressive will it be if they get to that final?
It would be huge. Obviously, they've been in this position before, so a lot of the fans have tasted this fairly recently and will want to go one better, and they have a massive opportunity to do that. I think getting to the semi-finals is huge, but getting a cup final and finishing where they could finish this season would be huge. And then you do feel like the only thing you're doing is looking up rather than down, which has been tough for them because Roy Hodgson was a brilliant manager for them and kind of stabilised things at the right time. But it certainly felt like there was a lack of ambition there in the way that they were playing, in the results that they were getting. There were bright sparks occasionally, but not the freedom that someone like Wilfried Zaha would want to play with. They had players, the sort of players who are kind of reliable, 10-year players in a squad, but not exactly people that you see on a team sheet and think, oh, I'm excited to go and watch them play. And now, as a QPR fan, when Abir Eze is a generational talent, when I used to watch him at Loftus Road, he's the sort of player that you get off your seat to watch. And now they have those players in abundance. Conor Gallagher is having a ridiculous season now in the England setup as well, made his debut before the end of last year. So it's so exciting what's going on at that club at the moment. So the fans must be, licking their lips at the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and in terms of that focus for Crystal Palace, obviously with that big semi-final coming up, Wes, you know what that's like at this stage of the season because Leicester went on and won it just last year. So how will those players be feeling? Yeah,
it's an exciting occasion, I don't think many of the players probably have experienced that. It's an occasion to look forward to and enjoy. And, the prospect of getting to that final, is there for them. All it takes is one great performance. Anything can happen on the day and they're there to the final. So, it's something to look forward to. The team's obviously flying, spirits are high. And, yeah, I'm sure we can't wait for that game to happen.
Okay, right. We have taken you around all of our featured games. So now it's time to bring you the best of the rest from the other 5 matches as we go around the grounds.